Coming to you live from the Pulse Network studio in beautiful Canton, Massachusetts, it's the NEC Challenge Championship, brought to you by necconnect.org. And here's your host, Butch Stearns!
Yes, indeed, it is not Wink Martindale nor Alex Trebek. My name is Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network, and on behalf of the NFPA, we would like to welcome you to the first ever NEC Challenge Championship. That's right, we're going to crown a champion today, and you can be a part of all of this just by watching and also playing at home, and I'll explain all of that in just a second. For those of you out there watching this show, maybe you were a part of the NEC Challenge over this past year that the NFPA put on around events, all to celebrate the release of the 53rd edition of the National Electrical Code. The NEC Challenge was an interactive game. You may have seen it. You may have competed at events and trade shows all around the country that the NFPA was involved in. It was to test the expertise and knowledge around the code from experts who make their living around the code. And again, this is the culmination of all that. It is the championship round, and we have our three finalists in studio. So without further ado, let's meet our three finalists. From left to right on your screen, they are Derek, Rob, and Joe, and we're going to meet them right now. They are competing for a championship. Our first contestant is Derek Vigstall from Princeton, Minnesota. Derek, how you doing?
Not too bad. About yourself?
I'm doing excellent. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us how you got here, and how do you use the code on a daily basis? Why is it important to you?
Well, I live with my wife and two kids in Princeton, Minnesota. I coach football and wrestling, so I'm busy doing all kinds of stuff there, little spare time that I have. I teach at St. Michael out of IBW 292 out of Minneapolis, and I teach code, and I teach how to use the code book as a tool, just the same way you would a Klein's or a wire strippers, and because it governs how we do our installations. And
you're one of the three finalists here. You've earned your way here. How'd you get here?
I was at Ann Arbor, and they were doing this little trivia challenge at a trade show out in Ann Arbor when we were there for NTI, and I figured I'd throw my hat in the ring and give it a shot, and I did okay.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, our next contestant is Rob Watkins. He's from Denver, Colorado. We're in Patriots country, so whatever. But Rob, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Same questions for you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Rob, and how did you get here? Where did you win your way here, and how do you use the code on a daily basis?
Well, I'm from Denver, Colorado.
Yeah.
God has given me 5 wonderful kids and an awesome wife who's at home watching. Love you, babe. And I'm the director of construction at Denver-based family-owned electrical contractor. We do use the code every day in our installations with Denver and the surrounding areas.
How'd you get here? How was your knowledge tested? Where did that happen?
We was actually at the IEC Portland NEC or IEC conference.
Yep.
And same kind of like Derek, walked by the booth, saw the challenge, and took it.
Excellent. And our third contestant is Joe Brinley. He is from Lewisburg, West Virginia. Joe, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm married with my wife Sandy, and I have 3 kids. I work for the Washington, D.C. JATC. I work at one of their 3 schools. I'm school coordinator for them. I teach all 5 years of the apprenticeship, so we do quite a bit of the code.
Yeah, so you guys all make your living around the code. It's something that's inherent in everything you do. How'd you get here? Where did you win your way to Canton, Massachusetts here, Joe?
Well, I first participated at NTI and lost to Derek at that event, but then I tried again at NECA.
So we got some history here.
Yeah.
Now you guys, for all of you at home, we're going to teach you how to play at home in just a second, but these 3 guys have all been here. We all went out to dinner last night, got to know each other a little better. It's going to be a healthy competition going on here. They may sound reserved, but it's going to pick up in just a second. Now, as far as our game, I want to introduce you right now to our judge, our sole judge, jury, and executioner, if you will. His name is Gil Moniz. He is Senior Electrical Specialist of the NFPA. There he is, looking all splendid in his splendor. Hello, Gil. How are you?
Good. How you doing, Butch?
Excellent. So you're excited about this, aren't you?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you are going to be our judge in all of this. It's been a fun way to have the code out there and have these guys compete for some fun prizes, hasn't it? And draw attention to the 53rd edition of the NEC.
Absolutely. You're looking at the cream of the crop of NEC scholars out there.
Excellent. All right, so let's get right into it. And first of all, let us show you what they are playing for. Our three contestants, Derek, Rob, and Joe. There it is, right there. The NEC Championship belt. Look at that baby. I think it's all gold. I'm not sure, but I think it is. But they are playing for that championship belt, and you can bet that these three guys, they've seen it. They've held it up high. They've walked around with it. I've watched the others look at each other when one of them has it. Oh, yeah, and by the way, they're also going to get a check for $5,000 if they win. So, but the championship belt is what they're actually competing for. All right, so let's get into this right now. And for you playing at home, we've made it so you can play this challenge at home too. So before we get to our questions, round one, round two, and the lightning round for our contestants, here's how you can play at home. Where you're watching this video on your screen, next to the screen, just look for the play at home question. Select your answer and press submit. If you are the first person, and we'll know that, to answer correctly, you'll win a set of 2014 NEC flashcards. If you have a correct answer, you'll be entered into the grand prize drawing, which is free registration for NFPA Conference and Expo at Mandalay Bay this June, the week of June 9th through the 12th in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's for just having a correct answer to the question. And we will announce who our winner of the grand prize for free registration to C&E is by the end of this show. And again, if you're the first person to answer the question correctly, you will win a set of NFPA flashcards that we have right here. You guys have been using these flashcards on your own, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. Round one, we're diving into the NEC. Oh, I'm sorry. First mistake by me, won't be the last. First question for you playing at home. Here we go. The disconnecting means for motor circuits rated 600 volts, nominal or less, shall have an ampere rating, you guys can't answer this, no less than blank percent of the full load current rating motor. Take a shot at that question, send in your answer. First one wins a set of flashcards. A correct answer gets you entered in to the grand prize drawing for free registration at Conference and Expo. Now it's time for round one for our in-studio contestants. All right, in round one, the way our contestants are going to play is I am going to read the question. I am then going to say go. You guys have laptops set up in front of you, Derek, Joe, and Rob. Derek, Rob, and Joe in that order, left to right. You will press, once I say go, the first person to press will get a shot at answering the question in round one. 1 point for a correct answer. If you are incorrect, the other two will get a shot at answering the second part, the question, the other two, because it'll be up for grabs. And then we'll move on to round two. So, here we go. Question number one in round one. What is the term for the maximum current in amperes that a conductor can carry continuously under the conditions of use without exceeding its temperature rating? Go. Derek has buzzed in first. All right, Derek, what is the term for maximum current in amperes that a conductor can carry continuously under the conditions of use without exceeding its temperature rating?
That would be ampacity.
Judges, ampacity is correct, so 1 point for Derek Vigstall. All right, let's go on to question number two. What is the term used to describe localization of an overcurrent condition to restrict outages to the circuit or equipment affected, accomplished by the choice of overcurrent protective devices and their ratings or settings? Go. And Joe has buzzed in first on this one. Joe, what's the answer to this question?
Selective coordination.
Selective coordination. Gil, thumbs up. You are correct. 2 questions, 2 correct answers. We are going to keep going for 10 minutes here or 25 questions, whichever comes first. Question number 3, guys. What term in Article 100 is defined as a large single panel, frame, or assembly of panels on which are mounted on the face, back, or both switches, overcurrent and other protective devices, buses, and usually instruments? Go. Joe, you got it again. What is that answer?
Panel boards.
That is an incorrect answer. So for Derek and Rob, the question is up again. I will read it again and say go, and then the first one to buzz in will get it. What term in Article 100 is defined as a large single panel frame or assembly of panels on which are mounted on the face, back, or both switches, overcurrent and other protective devices, buses, and usually instruments? Go. Rob.
Switchboards.
Switchboards is correct. So we have 3 questions, 3 correct answers, and all tied up after 3 questions. You guys okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's hitting each other under the table or anything there?
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. What term, question number 4, here we go. What term in Article 100 is defined as the underground conductors between the utility electrical supply system and the service point? Go. Robert.
Service conductors.
Service conductors is incorrect. Up for grabs for you and Derek, you and Joe. What term in Article 100 is defined as the underground conductors between the utilities electric supply system and the service point? Go. Joe.
Service lateral.
Service lateral is correct. So Joe takes a lead 2-1. Question number 5 in round 1. What term in Article 100, once again, is defined as the connection between the grounded circuit conductor and the supply side bonding jumper, or the equipment grounding conductor, or both at a separately derived system? Go. Derek.
System bonding jumper.
System bonding jumper is correct. We move on to question number 6. You guys good with all this? You all ready, rock and roll? You got your rhythm down?
Oh, yeah.
Question number 6. Except as elsewhere required or permitted by the NEC, live parts of electrical equipment shall be guarded against accidental contact if they are operating at what voltage? Go. Derek.
50 volts.
That is a correct answer. The 50 volts or more we would have accepted also, but that is a correct answer. Question number 7, round 1. All switchboards, panel boards, and motor control centers shall be located in blank and protected from damage. Go. Joe.
Enclosures.
Enclosures is incorrect. So Rob and Derek, you are up again. I'll read it again and say go. All switchboards, panel boards, and motor control centers shall be located in blank and protected from damage. Go. Robert.
Indoors.
The answer was, so that's it. Give the answer now, correct? Oh, no, Derek gets a shot at it. That is correct. I'm sorry, Derek. Go ahead.
Dedicated equipment space.
Dedicated equipment spaces is correct. You want to talk about clutch? 3rd and 8. That was 4th down. That was 4th and 2.
Good guess.
Nice job, Derek. Dedicated spaces. You are correct.
Better.
Shot in the dark, wasn't it?
Yep.
Question number 8 here in round 1. What is the maximum size conductor permitted for a connection having upturned lugs securing a connection by means of wire binding screws or studs and nuts? Go. Robert.
Number 10, AWG.
10 AWG is correct. Hot and heavy in round 1. Let's go to question number 9. Keep rocking and rolling here on the NEC Challenge Championship. What is the minimum horizontal working space for enclosed equipment where rear access is required to work on non-electrical parts on the back of enclosed equipment? Go. Derek.
30 inches.
30 inches is correct. Question number 10. What is the minimum distance to live parts from a fence enclosing an outdoor electrical installation over 230,000 volts? Go. Robert.
20 feet.
20 feet is incorrect. Let's throw the question up for grabs for Derek and Joe. What is the minimum distance, guys, to live parts from a fence enclosing an outdoor electrical installation over 230,000 volts? Joe.
15?
15 is incorrect. Derek, you got another shot at this one.
25 feet.
Incorrect. It was 18 feet was the correct answer. 18 feet. Question number 11. Where a branch circuit supplies continuous loads or any combination of continuous and non-continuous loads, the rating of the overcurrent device shall not be less than the non-continuous load plus what percentage of the continuous load. Go. Robert.
125%.
125% is correct. Question number 12. In dwelling units, where one or more lighting outlets are installed for interior stairways, there shall be a wall switch at each floor level and landing level that includes an entryway to control the lighting outlets where the stairway between floor levels has blank risers or more.
6 risers or more.
6 is correct. Derek, you had that answer. All right, true or false question. Only one shot at this answer, guys, okay? No second chance. Question number 13. True or false? For each dwelling unit of a multifamily dwelling where the dwelling unit is located at grade level and provided with individual exterior entrance egress, at least one receptacle outlet accessible from grade level and not more than 6.5 feet above grade shall be installed at the front and back of each dwelling. Go. Joe.
True.
The answer is false. The answer is false. For each dwelling unit, I'm not going to read the question again. Let's move on. We only have 2 minutes left in round 1. At a minimum, how many receptacle outlets should be readily accessible in guest rooms or guest suites in hotels, motels, sleeping rooms, in dormitories, and similar occupancies? Go. Derek.
That would be 2.
2 is the correct answer. You are right. All right, question number 15. The total rating of utilization equipment fastened in place other than luminaires shall not exceed what percent of the branch circuit ampere rating where lighting units, cord and plug connected utilization equipment not fastened in place or both are also supplied. Go.
50%.
50% is correct. Question number 16. How far away must each rod, pipe, or plate electrode be from any other electrode of another grounding system? Go.
6
Robert.
feet. 6 feet.
6 feet is correct. Let's go to question number 17. What is the minimum distance below the surface of the earth to install plate electrodes? Go. Robert.
30 inches.
30 inches.
We're going to destroy these laptops.
Question number 18. A grounding electrode conductor of the wire type can be solid or stranded, insulated, covered, or blank. Go. Derek.
Bear.
Bear. That's correct. Let's go to 19. Where the supplemental electrode is a rod, pipe, or plate electrode, that portion of the bonding jumper that is the sole connection to the supplemental grounding electrode shall not be required to be larger than blank copper wire or 4 AWG aluminum wire. Go. Derek.
Number 6, copper.
6 copper is correct. Question number 20. What is the minimum size wire type common grounding electrode conductor permitted for multiple separately derived systems? Go. Robert.
3/0.
3/0 is correct. 1 minute left, guys. True or false? Each grounded conductor within the panel board shall terminate in an individual terminal that is not also used for another conductor, excluding parallel conductors. Go. Derek.
True.
True. Question number 22. Heavy-duty lighting track is lighting track identified for use exceeding blank amperes. Go. Robert.
20.
20. Question number 23. What is the maximum length for a flexible cord used to supply a room air conditioner with a nominal 208 or 240 volt rating? Derek.
6 feet.
6 feet. And that is our final question on round 1. Nice job, gentlemen. We got through 23 questions in round 1. Excellent, excellent job. All right, so at this point, we are going to do our play-at-home question. Okay, we'll do our scores and give you our updated scores for all 3 of them right now. Let's take a look. Derek Vigstall with 11 is our leader. Robert with 8 is second. And Joe Brindley with 2 is in third. But here's the point, Joe. You are not out of this because round 2 is double the points, so you can get back into this very quickly. So there's our score at the end of round 1. Derek with 11, Robert with 8, and Joe Brindley with 2 correct answers and 2 points. Now, time for our second play-at-home question for you. And again, remember, you just have to submit on the side of your screen. If you get the correct answer, you're entered into the grand prize drawing. Free registration at C&E in June in Las Vegas. If you are the first person to get the correct answer, NEC Challenge flashcards. All right, here's your play-at-home question number 2. The sum of the cross-sectional areas of all contained conductors at any cross-section of a wireway shall not exceed blank % of the interior cross-sectional area of the wireway. Take a shot at that question, plus submit. And again, you can be entered into the grand prize and or win a set of NEC Challenge flash cards. All right, time now for us to move on to round number 2 in the NEC Challenge Championship. All right, time for round 2, where the points are doubled, 7 minutes total. We're going to whip off the questions. You guys ready? Ready. All right, here we go. I will read the questions, say go. You time where you want to press it. You saw what happened in round 1, so judge it yourselves. Question number 1, round 2. What is the minimum internal depth for outlet boxes that do not enclose devices or utilization equipment? Go. Derek.
Half inch.
Half inch is correct. Question number 2. What is the required width of the working space in front of electrical equipment? Go. Derek.
30 inches or the width of the equipment, whichever is greater.
Yes, to accept that answer, the answer is the width of the equipment or 30 inches, whichever is greater. Question number 3. The 20 feet of 4 AWG bare copper conductor used in a concrete encased electrode must be encased in at least blank of concrete. Go. Derek.
2 inches.
2 inches. Question number 4. What field identification marking is required for all switchboards and panel boards supplied by a feeder in other than 1 or 2 family dwellings? Go. Derek.
The available fault current.
That is incorrect. So Joe and Rob, what field identification marking is required for all switchboards and panel boards supplied by a feeder in other than 1 or 2 family dwellings? Go. Joe.
Flash hazard?
Flash hazard. Incorrect. Rob, you got a shot at that question.
Can you repeat the question?
What field identification marking is required for all switchboards and panel boards supplied by a feeder and other than a 1 or 2 family dwellings?
A label?
Incorrect. Each device or equipment where the power originates. Question number 5. As a general rule, when shall conductors, raceways, and cables be protected? Go. Robert.
When they are subject to physical damage.
That is correct. Let's go to question number 6. Warning ribbons for underground service conductors that are not encased in concrete and that are buried 18 inches or more below grade need to be placed how far above the underground installation? Go. Derek.
12 inches.
12 inches is correct. Question number 7. For the purpose of box volume calculations, how many times is each conductor that originates outside the box and terminates or is spliced within the box counted? Go. Derek.
Once.
Once is correct. What is the minimum load calculation per receptacle for a single piece of equipment comprised of 4 or more receptacles, excluding dwelling occupancies, banks, and office buildings? Go. Joe.
360 volt amps.
Incorrect. So Rob and Derek. What is the minimum load calculation per receptacle for a single piece of equipment comprised of 4 or more receptacles, excluding dwelling occupancies, bank, and office buildings? Go. Derek. Derek, correct? Is it Derek?
It is.
Derek.
180 volt amps.
Incorrect. What's your guess at that, Rob? Or what's your answer?
Can you repeat the question?
What is the minimum load calculation per receptacle for a single piece of equipment comprised of 4 or more receptacles, excluding dwelling occupancies, banks, and office buildings?
Let's just say the full rating of the receptacle.
No, 90 volt amperes per receptacle. Question number 9. Where the opening to an outlet, junction, or switch point is less than 8 inches in any dimension, each conductor that is spliced or terminated shall be long enough to extend it at least blank outside the opening. Go. Robert.
6 inches?
Incorrect. Derek and Joe, hold on. I'm just going to say go. Joe.
Reset.
3 inches.
3 inches is correct. Question number 10. What is the minimum distance a rigid metal conduit can be installed under metal corrugated sheet roof decking? Go. Derek.
1.5 inches.
Incorrect. So Rob, I'll read it again. Rob and Joe. What is the minimum distance a rigid metal conduit can be installed under metal corrugated sheet roof decking? Robert.
0.
Correct. There is no minimum distance. Rigid metal conduit is not required to comply with 300.4E, 300.4E exception.
They're going to kill me for that one at home.
Round 2. For multi-conductor or multiplex single conductor cables having individually shielded conductors, the minimum bending radius is how many times the diameter of the individually shielded conductors go? Derek.
12 times.
12 times is correct. How much time left in this round, guys? Let me know. Question number 12. 3 minutes. Electrical equipment shall be firmly secured to the surface on which it is mounted. Blank driven into holes in masonry, concrete, plaster, or similar materials shall not be used. Go. Derek.
Plastic anchors.
Incorrect. Let's go again. Blank driven into holes in masonry, concrete, plaster, or similar materials shall not be used. Go. Joe.
Wood.
Wood is correct. Wooden plugs or wood we would have accepted. Question number 13. What must be done to unused current transformers associated with potentially energized circuits? Go. Joe.
Shorted.
That is correct. They must be short-circuited. Joe making the charge. Entrances to rooms and other guarded locations that contain exposed live parts shall be marked with conspicuous warning signs indicating what? Go. Robert.
Danger or warning, high voltage.
Incorrect. Entrances to rooms and other guarded locations that contain exposed live parts shall be marked with conspicuous warning signs indicating what? Go. Joe.
Authorized personnel only.
Authorized personnel only was his answer. Correct. Forbidding unqualified persons to enter. Joe making the charge. In a closed closet, what is the minimum clearance between a recessed incandescent luminaire with a completely enclosed light source and the nearest point of a closet storage space? Go. Derek.
12 inches.
Incorrect. Again, in a closed closet, what is the minimum clearance between a recessed incandescent luminaire with a completely enclosed light source and the nearest point of a closet storage space? Go. Robert.
2 inches.
Incorrect. Joe.
6 inches.
6 inches is correct. Question number 16. We got less than a minute to go, guys. Thermal insulation shall not be installed above a recessed luminaire or within 3 inches of the recessed luminaire's enclosure, wiring compartment, ballast, transformer, LED driver, or power supply, unless the luminaire is identified as blank. Go. Derek.
Type IC.
Type IC for insulation contact is correct. Question number 17. In industrial establishments where the conditions of maintenance and supervision ensure that only qualified persons service the installation, flexible cords and cables shall be permitted to be installed in above-ground raceways that are no longer than blank to protect the flexible cord or cable from physical damage. Go. No shots. 50 feet, guys. Last question in round 2. Splices and taps within a wireway shall not fill the wireway to more than blank of its area at that point. Go. Robert.
40%.
40% is incorrect. I'll read it again, guys. Hang on. Splices and taps within a wireway shall not fill the wireway to more than blank of its area at that point. Go. Derek.
75%.
75% is correct. Nice job, guys.
I knew you got that one wrong.
Okay, so we have a tie at the end of round 2. I have to go back into my Funkin' Wagnalls manual to figure out what. Don't mispronounce that one.
It's a PG show, please.
Figure out what we're doing here. So we're going to have. All right, bring Gil in here. Let's Gil. No, Gil, get on camera. Let's get Gil on camera here. So Gil, we have a tie at the end of round 2. There you go. We have 27 for Derek, who's in the clear lead at the end of round 2. We are at the end of round 2, one person is going to be eliminated, and that's either Robert or Joseph. So, Gil, come on camera here. Let's talk about this. We are going to ask them one question. We're going to stay right in the same order of questions we had, correct? And then we'll go right to that question, and we'll give them the chance, again, with your laptops, to buzz into the question. Now, we left off at question number 18, correct? So we're starting with 19? Okay, here we go. If you guys both get this question wrong, we'll move on to the next question until we get it. Here we go. In a run of electrical metallic tubing, EMT, there shall not be more than the equivalent of blank between pull points, such as conduit bodies and boxes. Go. Robert.
360 degrees of bend.
360 degrees of bent is correct. Outstanding job, guys.
Good job,
Outstanding job, guys. So there you have it. Our 2 finalists are now going to move in to the flash round. Our final challenge, lightning round, excuse me. So our 2 finalists are Derek Vigstall and Robert Watkins. Joseph Brindley is not a loser. He is our 3rd place champion, and we'll talk with Joe in just a little bit about that. But don't forget, you can also continue to play at home. So here is our 3rd play at home question. What is the minimum internal depth for outlet boxes that do not enclose devices or utilization equipment? What is the minimum internal depth for outlet boxes that do not enclose devices or utilization equipment? Again, a reminder that by answering that question, you just have to hit submit on your player. If you answer it correct, you get entered into the grand prize drawing, which is free registration at Conference and Expo in Las Vegas, June 9th through the 12th. If you are the first to answer that question correctly, you will win a set of NEC Challenge flashcards. All right, time now for our lightning round. Are you ready for the lightning round?
I'm ready.
Robert? So Robert is one of our 2 finalists, Rob Watkins. Again, Rob is from Denver, Colorado. By the way, you are a Broncos fan, correct?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Excited about your Broncos in the Super Bowl?
It'll be fun.
As Patriots fans, should we root for the AFC team?
You should.
Should we?
Should.
We should. I am.
Camaraderie.
I'm actually rooting more against Seattle than for your Broncos, but I am rooting because then your team would have beaten my team, so there we go. I'm sorry, say that again, Kyle. All right, time for our lightning round.
It's the lightning round.
All right, here's the rules for our lightning round. Each contestant has 60 seconds to answer as many questions as possible. They're going to be the same questions asked to both contestants. We had them make decisions before we even started this show. Robert decided that he wanted to go first. He has won that opportunity. Excuse me, Derek decided he wanted to go second. So Derek has won that opportunity to go second. So Rob gets to go first. So I am going to read the exact same questions to each contestant separately. Rob's in here first. We'll get right to the questions. He'll have 60 seconds. And then Derek will come in, the exact same questions. He'll have 60 seconds. You will not see the questions on the screen for the sake of time because it's only 60 seconds. So we're going to read them. I'm not going to say right or wrong. I'm just going to move on. Any questions?
Nope. Let's
All
get
right,
on.
let's go, Rob. You ready? You guys got them on
Ready.
the clock. The clock will start when I finish the first. Okay. Go. What is the maximum installation height for 125 volt, 15 and 20 ampere receptacle outlets required by section 210.52?
6 feet.
What term in Article 100 is defined as the underground conductors between the utility electric supply system and the service point?
Service lateral.
True or false? Branch circuits larger than 50 amperes shall supply only non-lighting outlet loads.
True.
What term is defined in Article 100 as a load where the maximum current is expected to continue for 3 hours or more?
Continuous.
A Class A grade fault circuit interrupter, again, I'll read it again. Class A grade fault circuit interrupters trip when the current is ground is 6 milliamps or higher and do not trip when the current to ground is blank.
Pass.
What is the term used to express conductor sizes?
AWG.
A receptacle outlet for specific appliances such as laundry equipment installed in a dwelling unit shall be installed within blank of the intended location
6
of the
feet.
appliance. Nice job, Rob. Excellent job. Excellent job. I think a nice strategy by you there, passing on that question. Was a tough question anyway, but again now, we're going to give Rob's total answers in 60 seconds. He had 5 correct answers out of the 6 questions we asked. And again, we skipped 1. So there were 6 questions asked there. We actually got to question number 7 and we're going to ask Derek those exact same questions. We have all kinds of tiebreakers. No, you're going to stay in here, Rob. We're going to keep you in here because Derek won the second round, was our leader after round 2. And we decided that Derek got his choice and he wanted to go second, so you'll get a chance to go second. So Derek, as you can see there, Rob has answered 5 correct questions. So your strategy by going to go second, you now know how many questions you have to beat. Pressure's on you, but you like this, don't you? You welcomed this, didn't you?
I live for this. This is competition. Competition.
All right, so our final lightning round here. Derek Vigstall of Princeton, Minnesota will try to get more than 5 correct answers in 60 seconds. And if he does, he will be our NEC Challenge Champion, the first ever for 2014. And if he ties, we'll go through the tiebreaker when we get there. Are you ready, Derek?
Yeah, let's do this.
Okay. Go. What is the maximum installation height for 125 volt, 15 and 20 ampere receptacle outlets required by section 210.52?
5.5 feet.
What term in Article 100 is defined as the underground conductors between the utility electric supply system and the service point?
Service lateral.
True or false, branch circuits larger than 50 amperes shall supply only non-lighting outlet loads?
True.
What term is defined in Article 100 as a load where the maximum current is expected to continue for 3 hours or more?
Continuous load.
Class A ground fault circuit interrupters trip when the current to ground is 6 milliamps or higher and do not trip when the current to ground is blank.
Pass.
What is the term used to express conductor sizes?
AWG, or American wire gauge.
A receptacle outlet for specific appliances such as laundry equipment installed in a dwelling unit shall be installed within blank of the intended location of the appliance.
6 feet.
What is the minimum branch circuit rating for household ranges of 8 3/4 kilowatts? Did not get through that question. I think we have a tie. Okay. All right, that's right. That's right. I can't give the answer to say what it is because we are going to wipe our brow and take a deep breath after the lightning round with our contestants. Excellent job, guys. Excellent, excellent job, guys. Again, for those of you playing at home, Kyle, for those of you playing at home, again, you had 3 questions to answer. You had 3 questions to answer. And by playing at home, you can win free registration to Las Vegas. Free registration to Conference and Expo in Las Vegas, Nevada by playing at home. So we had 3 questions. All of you answered it. The correct answers that came in first, you will win a set of NEC Challenge flashcards, and the NFPA will be contacting you to give you that answer, to let you know if you've won a set of NEC Challenge flashcards. And when it comes to the person who's won free registration to Conference and Expo out of our grand prize drawing, do we have that person, guys? There it is. Our play-at-home winner is Steve Breeds. Our play-at-home winner. Steve, thanks for watching the NEC Challenge Championship. And congratulations, Steve, on winning free registration to Conference and Expo. All right, time now for us to crown our first ever NEC Challenge Champion. Again, this is the first year of the NEC Challenge. It's been a year-long quest, and to crown our champion, to give our prizes and awards to all our final contestants, the final 3 that made it here to our Pulse Network studios in Canton, Massachusetts. Let's go outside to the hallway, and let's go to our locker room, and for our post-game reaction, let's bring in our good buddy Bill Burke, co-host of the award-winning NEC Connect. and NFPA Division Manager of Electrical Engineering. Bill, you've got Derek and Rob alongside you. We had an exciting final round, and the championship belt is what they are going for. Who is our winner? Derek Vigstall from Princeton, Minnesota is our champion, our New England Challenge Champion. There's the belt. Put it on, Derek. There you go. Derek is our champion.
Did you get a waist size?
He's going to wear that on the plane. Trust me. He said this at dinner last night.
How about the shoulder?
I got to give it up for Derek because Derek told them that he was the guy to beat, and he backed it up. He was trash talking. It was like Richard Sherman of the Seattle Seahawks, and he delivered, though. It's one thing to trash talk, but when you deliver, you get the check for $5,000, my friend, and you get the championship belt. How about a round of applause, everybody in our studio, for champion? And you at home can clap, too, for Derek Vigstall, our champion. Now, our second and third place contestants are certainly not losers by any means. They won just by being here, and they're not going away empty-handed. $1,500 for Rob Watkins of Denver, Colorado. That ought to get him a ticket to the Super Bowl. Probably not in New York, but anyway, he can do what he wants with that. And Joe Brinley from Lewisburg, West Virginia, $500 for Joe coming. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Thanks for being a part of the show. Again, congratulations to all of you. You are true champions, all of you. Derek is the winner of this contest, but everybody wins with the NEC Challenge. This has been a lot of fun. And again, thank all of you guys. And two quick things as we end this program. Thank you for being a part of the first ever NEC Challenge Championship and for watching this show. Thank any of you who competed in the NEC Challenge this year that took place at all events. And if you like this show, if you thought it was fun, if you make your living around the National Electrical Code, stay tuned to our community, necconnect.org. necconnect.org, where we'll be having more news through the NFPA about the upcoming year, leading up to CNE in Las Vegas, about other contests and all kinds of news, information, and things around the National Electrical Code. It's an exciting time around the NFPA. It's an exciting time around the NEC, and we thank you for being a part of it. So for everybody who worked so hard on this show, for the NFPA, I'm Butch Stearns of the Pulse Network. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next time on NEC Connect.